Alright, so that covers all our news and updates. So, we've got some game we need to talk about now or something? What's that all about?
I mean,
Let's
people
kill
keep on
children.
talking about No Room in Hell. I've never heard of this mod, so David, why don't you tell me about this mod everyone keeps on talking about, No Room in Hell?
I don't really know much about it. I hear there's zombies and there's kids. I don't know about killing kids in games. It's kind of scary.
So, for those who don't know, we have David on the show with us, D-Man, 757, right? Yeah?
Sure,
Yeah.
there's numbers there.
That's his username, and are you, what's your technical term with the mod? Are you the co-creator? Are you the creator? Lead?
I've jumped so many titles over there. Right now I'm just like production assistant. I help get things going and do a lot of the PR pretty much.
Nice. So producer, pretty much.
Not
thing.
necessarily in the actual sense of a producer, but I help the producer a lot, pretty much.
Cool. Okay, so let's start off with a bit of history for people that may not have heard of the mod. So you started off as a mod for, was it a Half-Life 2 mod or was it just a source mod?
Go back so many years when the modding kit for Half-Life 2 was just announced. There was actually another team that started No Room in Hell, and they started developing it, working on it, and it really didn't go anywhere. Then that died. Then it came back again with that same team. That also died. Then turn around like 2008, 2009 is when we picked it up, our team, and what's spawned out of it since.
Yeah. So
in itself, it is a zombie. It's died and come back a few times.
That's neat. That's pretty neat. So, what's been going on more recently? Fill us in. What's going on recently? We'll get some questions for you.
All right. Let's see. Recently, let's see. We got
stuff.
Check us on PR.
Yeah, we've essentially got to the point where we have 8 characters now, since we've wanted to have at least 1 character per slot of server that we have. Recently, let's see, we're releasing a patch somewhere around, I think, our project lead is going to kill me if I say the wrong date. Okay, we're going to release probably sometime around Christmas-ish.
Ooh.
But we're coming out with some new weapons and animations, and we've kind of redone our entire healing system. So now that you have to, rather than just clicking a button and you automatically heal, you actually bring out a suture and start bandaging yourself up.
Yep, cool. So for people,
are you guys planning to redoing the third person animation, like walking and running and this kind of stuff?
Yeah, we're actually working on that. I think Rock was actually in the chat watching this earlier, but he's starting to learn how to do third-person animations. It's one thing that haven't had for a long time, just because we haven't had an animator that knows how to do third-person animations. And we've been using the data feed source third-person animations for the longest time.
Yeah. I think this is the main
say,
disadvantage in this mod. This walking animation is really ruining it somehow. the whole visual feeling, because the first person animation is really really complex and really realistic, and the whole map system and structure and the textures are really neat and really awesome. But this is kind of ruining it. I don't know, or is it just?
It's a complaint we've got from a lot of people, and it's something we really want to change. But as a mod, we don't necessarily have the resources to hire someone. We've been looking for the longest time to get someone to be able to do this, to the point where our view model animator is now learning how to do it from scratch.
Yeah,
it's not a bad thing. It's good to see him taking the initiative. I like that. I see you guys threw the OST up on the page there on Bandcamp, so you can purchase that if you want to support the mod.
Yeah, we just released our soundtrack back on Halloween. We're actually now on Spotify, and YouTube to listen for free. And then you can also buy it on Steam, Bandcamp, iTunes, and Amazon.
Wow. So you have plenty of options for plenty of people. The biggest thing I wondered, since I've literally been following this mod for about 4 or 5 years now, how has going to Steamworks made the mod grow, and what's changed with that?
It's definitely like grown our audience a little bit. And I mean, I love ModDB, but releasing the patches as individual zips was one of the big like hindrances for a lot of our players, which Desura helped with that a lot actually when we used that back in the day. Oh yeah.
I think this is going off topic now, but I saw Desura just got taken over by a different company, if I remember right.
Yeah, Second Life Creative. What's that company?
But yeah,
it's now owned by a one-eyed Caco demon, I think.
Yeah.
Judging by the logo.
But anyway, so it's brought a lot of people in.
Yeah. See, our first day, like on our launch, we had a peak of 10,000 players, which is pretty crazy and unheard of. And we didn't really have any way to track player numbers before we were on Steam, and we had like the power of the analytics that Steam provides. So it's helped us a lot to learn more about our player base and like how our updates actually affect, the player numbers and whatnot.
Yeah, I think a lot of people with mods, they kind of overlook how complex it is to actually get the mod to people in a working state, like with patches and all this kind of logistic stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah, because when you release like patch 1.03 or something like that, and you don't make very, very explicit instructions in like huge bold text that yes, you have to install the previous ones, or no, you can just install a standalone one, it becomes quite a hassle.
Oh yeah. Well, what kind of feedback have you gotten from people since you've released on Steam? What's the good and what's the bad?
Let's see. We'll start with the bad. Animations, as you said. Sorry, what's your name? Mediv?
Tomas.
Okay. Yeah, animations have really been something we've wanted to fix for a while, and just making it a little more accessible for players, which we've actually added difficulty modes now. We have a casual mode, hardcore mode, and I think those are the only two we've released so far. But yeah, the casual mode essentially added respawns and making it a little bit like easier for people not having to wait around for players who don't know what they're doing. And it's easier just to jump in and start playing if you've never played the game before.
All right.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, I was playing it earlier today before the show, and I'd never played it before, so I was literally like, just jump in and see how it got on. And one of the things I found was on some of the maps where you were defending a point, it was like a point A, and if zombies got near it, you started losing a percentage. That's what I got out of it, but I wasn't ever really sure where that point was on the map.
Oh, yeah, actually, you can use your compass, and it'll show you exactly. There's a letter that will grow or shrink depending on the distance you are from it.
Gotcha. Okay. There you
go. We've wanted to do minimal UI, and it's led to a little bit of headaches for people who don't know the keybinds exactly.
Yeah, because I literally just jumped in. I didn't check the controls or anything. That would explain that.
We've worked on a tutorial map for you people. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, we're actually making a tutorial map right now. I don't know if it'll come out in the next release, but it should be out pretty soon.
Nice.
It seems like you guys are on the perfect track. Seems like.
Yeah, we're learning as developers and kind of chugging our way along. It's been, I think 3 years since we initially launched on ModDB, or maybe 2 years. I don't know. It's been so long.
Tricky question. Are you guys planning to go indie? For example, on about a $50 game?
I mean, the mod as it is will always be free. We've been thinking about maybe making a sequel, but it's really we haven't really gone too much farther than that and just talking about the possibility. I mean, we've set up a company and everything, but it's still kind of like getting a team together would be a thing.
Yep.
Do you guys have what's the inspiration about each of the individual characters?
Inspiration for the individual. Okay. Well, originally the kind of the theme of the game was like movies, since we're based on a quote from a zombie movie, Dawn of the Dead, I believe. Yeah. God, I should know that. But
Trivia.
Anyway, the first few characters are based pretty much solely on movies. Like we have stuff from like The Big Lebowski. Walter is one of our main characters.
Yes.
And,
yes, I see it now.
Yeah, I wondered where I'd seen that guy before. That was driving me mad. I was like, I've seen this guy somewhere.
Essentially, we do have some custom characters based on concept art, but we don't actually have a character modeler at the moment. So the last character he made before leaving was Badass, which was a female character, which I really wanted to get in the game. Because he had just been making male characters, and we kept asking him. We even had concept art for it, and he was like, okay, the last character that I'm going to be making before I move on will be a female character for you guys.
Yeah. And then we got the Butcher. It's always good to have a Butcher in a zombie movie.
Yep.
And then it is, how do you say his name? Roger?
Roger.
Roger,
I believe.
Does he have a fake eyeball? I mean, just looking at his character, it looks like he has one eye.
I don't believe so. It might just be the art that's up there.
Yeah, Maul, like a fireman dude. Yeah.
Molotov. Molotov. I think he was based off of. I want to say dude from the sniper from 28 weeks later.
Oh, okay.
Loosely based off of him.
We got the Hunter and then Bateman. And then Jive. Jive looks cool.
Yeah, and Bateman obviously is Patrick Bateman.
Mm-hmm.
Loosely based off of him from American Psycho.
Nice. Now, I noticed when I was playing it that the gameplay is a lot slower than a lot of other zombie games I've played. There's the obvious comparison, I guess, is Left 4 Dead, where you've got zombies charging at you constantly. There's all kinds of craziness happening all the time. This seems much more methodical. Was that a kind of deliberate choice when you went into designing the mod?
Yeah, it was actually kind of hard for us to put in runner zombies. There's something it kind of went against our philosophy from the get-go. But once we actually got them in and had them kind of be in limited numbers, found that it did add a little bit more fun, just a lot more tension. Because if you're just running around dodging super slow zombies, it's cool in concept, but after a while it can get a little too easy to dodge them, just based on the AI restrictions that we have. We aren't the best AI programmers in the world.
Yeah, that's something I noticed when we had this big horde of zombies that you weren't really afraid of, and then you'd see just one zombie running around in there, you'd suddenly be on edge just waiting for it to come and get you. I think it really, really works. It's a nice addition. And you've also got a full barricading system in there that I noticed.
Barricading was actually something we had super, super long ago, early beta. I think that's one of the first videos actually made, was showing that off. But we've refined it a lot now, so it actually will wiggle your view model while you're hammering nails, and you can barricade pretty much any door.
Nice. That's the kind of thing where you can really expand it on as well, putting up different types of objects and all these other things, create different gameplay with various barricades as well. I can imagine that could be quite fun.
That's actually one thing that I kind of wish our system was a little bit more like. What comes to mind is zombie mods for Counter-Strike, where I don't know if you ever played any of those old ones, but you could shoot physics props up into doors and stuff like that. But the issue with that we found was the AI again, and the unpredictability with AI zombies not being able to break down doors, whereas in the Counter-Strike, the zombies were players, and it was it's just a little bit of confine there.
Yep. Cool. I've got it. The mod looks lovely. I'm looking at all the screenshots here on your ModDB page. The art is really high quality stuff. Here's that guy from that film. I've got such a bad memory, I can't remember.
Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski, yeah, that's it. Yeah. John Goodman. Cool.
I'm actually trying to look at one of our old interviews to see. I'm just looking at the questions I asked then and trying to figure out new questions for now.
Yes.
It's so long ago.
Was that It's 2011, I believe. Or it might have been 2012.
And then I'm just reading like some of the questions. I said I just wanted to see if I get any different answers since then. This is one of the questions I asked, and it's one of the questions I really think that kind of demands an answer. I asked if you were to add any feature to the mod, what would it be and why? And you were like, well, RPG elements. How about now, 3 years later?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I actually kind of remember answering that. RPG elements. Yeah, that was back when I was kind of getting into DayZ, like the standalone. And I don't know. I think I might change that question now.
Go for it, man. I want to hear what you think. If there's any feature to add to the game now, what would you add now that you have? It's more stable. It's gotten traction.
He's not authorized to answer this question.
Well, honestly, I'd love to have more game modes. It's something we've been trying to think of, like simple game modes that don't require too much programmer effort, and using the assets and tools that we have right now to just use with our maps. I want to make it a little more diverse because we've only had the 2 game modes. We have survival and then objective. Survival is the one where you're talking about, where we have the point you have to defend, and objective is kind of a branching linear path that randomizes per session of the map.
Yep. Cool.
Are you guys planning to implement more zombies, like specially infected or something like that?
Kind of, in a way. Actually, we are releasing the National Guard zombie soon. Well, actually, I don't know. We might actually already release that. I haven't played the actual standalone game in a long time. I keep playing the dev build to see what's new features. But we do have National Guard zombies in right now, and they're a little bit of a twist since they're armored. So you can probably extrapolate kind of what you have to do for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see some army zombies when I played today, and they took a lot more firepower to take down.
Okay, so yes, they did get pushed in the last release.
Yeah.
What's your favorite weapon in the game? There's plenty of ways to slay zombies. What do you like?
It would probably have to be the machete. I mean, it's not necessarily the best weapon, but it's probably my favorite. It was kind of broken on our Steam release. It was one of the most powerful weapons, even more powerful than some of the handguns in terms of damage it did. But also, we're releasing a circular saw in this next patch.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh shit, man. Just went down.
Oh man.
Yeah, here, we got a link to our... I haven't posted on ModDB yet, I just haven't had time to post it over. But Riley, our project lead right now...
Let me bring this thing up here.
That is
got a preview of it.
There we go.
There's even a little video. Oh man.
Yeah, Ornamented Rock has been working on it.
You're gonna have to refill it, or what's the downside of it?
Yeah, it'll work probably the same way as our chainsaw does right now, which we have a gas can, which is a just like an ammo magazine, pretty much.
Ah, that is awesome. Man, I can't wait to kill zombies like that. Another open-ended question, kind of like the any feature one. If there is any weapon you could add, what weapon would it be?
I kind of want to say a flamethrower.
Yeah,
because we already have the fire system kind of implemented with our Molotovs, but I'd love to have a fairly rare flamethrower in there just for funs.
We got a question from a user. Is that on Twitch?
Yeah, it's a Twitch question. Twitch question.
He's so it's Captain Host. I think I got that. He says, "I have a question. Are there any plans for adding dismemberment to the zombies?"
I know there was definitely. I don't know if we're still doing it, honestly. I know we're definitely working on it with our previous character artist, but he had to leave the team for other aspects in his life. So I don't. We really do want to. It's just getting the person to be able to do it is where we're at, essentially. Which that kind of comes down to the answer for a lot of like mods like situations here.
Yeah,
we're not paying these people. It's like we're all doing it in our free time.
Yeah, that's probably another good question. Like, exactly how difficult is it to, because your game's on Steam now, you've got a full release which anyone can download. How hard is it keeping a team together to keep it updated and working on it when it's essentially a passion project?
It's actually been a little bit easier since we released on Steam. We have a little bit more. Our player base has definitely grown, so we have a little more motivation in terms of like player feedback. Yep. So that's a real boost in morale, which has helped quite a bit. And our team's grown and shrunk over the years, but I would say it's probably around the biggest it is right now. Like we have a core team that just kind of sticks around, and we're, being able to push out content.
Cool.
Fairly frequently, because I mean we've had, I think this last Halloween was our 10th, like huge patch that we've released since we released so many years ago.
Nice.
Don't want to go off topic from what you just said, but I remember when you were talking about adding the flamethrower, you said you have a fire engine, like a fire system.
It's not necessarily an engine. It's more of like we have an ability to set fire to things.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a Molotov, and we also have gas cannons which can shoot and explode, which will set zombies on fire. And fun little quirk of setting zombies on fire is they turn into runners instantly, which is always a nice panic mode.
I love that. That's
I have incredible. A good idea. That's like the zombies on fire.
When you want to kill your friends.
I was playing it with my friends, and everybody run insanely, screaming.
That'd be a great way to piss everyone off.
I have one more question about Steam Workshop. Do you guys plan to make support or map competitions, or how are you going to make the community to produce more maps?
I think one of the issues
official maps.
One of the issues with Workshop, I believe, since we don't actually have full like source engine code license, we're still just working off the 2013 branch now.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't think we actually have access to be able to use it. But we do love to like hold competitions for mappings. We've done that in the past. We've released community map packs, and actually we've had a lot of our community mappers have actually joined our team, because there's a point where it's like, all right, your maps are like on par with our quality. Why not just join our team if you're like that into making our maps? And so we try to bring on people if they are making decent maps. We'll reach out to them.
Mm-hmm.
I have another question from one of the guys on Twitch. He says, what about the stationary LMG? I've seen videos of it on YouTube. Is that something that's in the game or planning on being implemented?
It's actually, I believe it's the last map I played on was in the game.
So it's on its way.
Yeah, I believe it should be coming either in this patch or it might already been in a certain map. It's essentially a map function that is just basically a stationary weapon that players can use.
But how does that work? Is it like one of those things where...
Yeah, it's kind of like stationary. You go up to it and press E and start blasting around.
Oh, and does it like overheat, that sort of a feature in it, or...
Oh, Operation Halloween does have it. Okay, so yeah, our Halloween map that we released on... It was kind of like just a Halloween event map. It has the LMG in it right now. But yeah, I believe it does overheat. I want to say. I haven't used it too much, honestly.
That's a good answer. I approve.
There should be a mug in your hand that I approve.
Approve.
Thor style.
Nothing in there.
Oh yeah, it was made specifically for a map, I'm being told.
Okay, cool.
But it may be used in other maps as well.
There's like a huge horde of zombies that come when you grab it. Give you something to shoot at.
Yeah, I remember our test map with it when they were like trying to learn how to functionally put it in the game was just a bare texture map, nothing in it, and just an LMG and a zombie spawn trigger up in the front, which zombies would just constantly spawn.
Yep. Nice.
Man. I really want to play the game now. I'm just watching more and more gameplay. Jive.
Yeah. Well, we've blown our original timetable out of the water, so
yeah, right.
If you want to jump into the game, that sounds great.
Let's do this.
All right.
Okay.
I'll get you guys the information for the server.
Woo!
Okay, so we're going to call the main show here. Thank you everyone for watching. We're going to play some No More Room in Hell now. If you want to carry on watching, that's awesome.
If you want to answer, we're done with the main show, but if you want to answer, we got another question from Early Shooter. He says, will the grenade be worked on because it's really hard to use?
Really hard to use. I'm kind of curious about that question. It definitely does have a chance to kill you a lot if you're too close to it.
I remember it had a really low damage, but you guys patched that.
Yeah, we changed that a while back.
I think this guy is referring to the grenade physics, maybe. Maybe it's
just standard Half-Life physics, I believe. Half-Life 2.
Maybe it's too heavy or something. I don't know.
Actually, I don't know if oh yeah, it is physics based. It might be a little too heavy, but I mean, if you ever held a grenade in real life, they are pretty damn heavy.
Okay,
it's kind of different if you compare it to CS Source, for example, where you just throw it like a little ball. Yeah.
Should we put the server IP or the server information into Twitch so people can join, or how are we going to do this?
The servers can fill up. I mean, it is only 8 slots, so...
Yeah, we should probably jump in first and then give it out, I guess.
Yeah, I recommend us getting in there and then giving it out.
Okay.
God, I feel like it's been forever since I played No More Room in Hell.
I apologise in advance for killing you all horribly. It's gonna happen. I just need to set up the stream for the game, so bear with me a moment, Twitch. I will be with you very shortly.
ModDB stuff, there it is. Connect! Password is potato fish. Oh, sorry, I just gave that out. Potato fish.
Game capture.
Where is this located?
The server?
Yeah, in the US, right?
Looks like Chicago.
It's probably US, yeah.
I get amazing ping because it's Chicago.
Unlike me.
I'm gonna be
where are you guys at?
The Drank. America.
We are from the EU. So I have like almost 200 milliseconds. But I'm a professional, I can deal with this.
I'm a professional. Holy crap. And then we have 61 people watching? Holy crap. Where do these people come from?
We announced it on our official
Wow. Holy crap. A little bit late. Or the game? Are we the interview or the game?
Yeah, I think Riley announced it when
Jesus, 57.
started doing the interview.
Good God.
I'm a giant noob. How do you add the password to the console? You connect.
Just find it on the list. The servers.
You do connect, then the IP, then a semicolon, then password.
A semicolon.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't know the word for it. Or you could just add it to the favorites and join it on it. That's a lot more easier.
Oh God, I joined the game and now the round's gonna start with me and ModDB. Oh God. Hey, was the little glowing effect on weapons on the game a long time ago?
I can't remember exactly when. I believe we got that before Steam, or it might have been along with the Steam release.
Because I remember a long time ago when I did the first video for this on Mod Informer, there wasn't like any glowing effects, so you had to,
it had it before Steam release.
Oh shit. So
Before
now it's being okay. ModDB, let's do this. Dude, me, bro. Holy crap. Yeah, we're gonna die before you guys get in here. Bandages, I'll use those.
What's the server called?
It's
something like ModDB stuff.
yeah, no more room in hell. ModDB stuff.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
Is F flashlight? Yeah, it is. And then F again. Do you have to find batteries for the flashlight? I haven't played this in forever.
No. Yeah, and probably since the last time we played, we have a base flashlight, which is a little why is the word slipping me? It's the lighter, Zippo lighter. Yeah.
Ooh. So I got a flashlight. Are you rolling pistol, ModDB?
Yep.
Okay, I got axe.
Good for you. On the other hand, I'm gonna die.
Ask me a question.
Ha!
What game is that from?
I'm
that
gonna
game sucks.
confiscate this shotgun.
There's a shotgun in the main spawn now? There never used to be. Or has there? Maybe I'm just retarded. I'll go back to that retarded idea.
What did you left?
What?
Des
Oh.
left.
Oh, did I?
He didn't like
Yep.
us. He's being angry.
I totally didn't press anything. Hang on.
Didn't you push the big red button?
I kicked him.
I must have pressed something stupid.
Leave! Okay. Get the
Des has joined the game.
piece of wood. Come on, piece of wood.
Can we restart it?
Or go.
There we go.
My game.
Yeah, if you guys
started something like that.
type kill in console or something.
Oh.